All right, thank you so much. All right, for your information, guys, for your headset, don't worry, we have crews coming around to collect them from you. How was the interpretation? All good? You guys got the message? Oh, okay. Peter said yes, yes, yes. We got the entire message. Thank you so much to our interpreter as well as both Suchai and Sompit. Thank you so much. Khap kun ka. Thank you so much for your presentation. All right, thank you so much for showing us so many case studies and some of the examples actually of what Thailand is going through. I saw some of the slides, and you know what? Immense potential definitely is there for digital identity. I hope that that message actually went across. All right, up next, guys, we are going to keep the momentum up as we now find out from the next speaker on how to make biometric remote access control to services convenient while keeping it secure. All right. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to jump on this topic called securing the digital economy. With that, we're going to go to Singapore now, right? Ladies and gentlemen, we have for you our Senior Director for Global Business of Wiki Singapore, Mr. Peter Ma, to come on stage with his topic entitled Securing National Digital Identity. Here you go.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. It is my privilege to be sharing this stage with so many esteemed speakers. So thank you very much to MDEC, Credential, and my partner Innovatrix for allowing Wiki to share some of our learnings. Today I entitled my topic as Securing National Digital Identity to keep it aligned as well to what we've been hearing this morning. It's so exciting to see my Thai counterparts moving ahead. It started this year, as I understand. Thai D launched in January, and within 10 months, 10 million users. Wow. And they told me last night they're going to hit 65 million soon. All right, so all the best to my Thai friends. So I come from a company called Wiki. Wiki is in the business of securing trusted digital identities. So today I will outline my presentation in two forms. The first part of it, I will talk about the need of application security. Why is this so important? Especially so, a national digital identity is delivered through a mobile app. So I want to talk about the good things and the bad things of mobile app. Then the second part is I also talk a bit about the use cases of the Singapore National Digital Identity Platform, most commonly known as SingPass, which Wiki has been part of the journey as well. So to do that, let me quickly introduce the company through a quick video.
Wiki secures digital identity, protects mobile apps, and establishes a trusted environment with our patented virtual secure element, a solution that is trusted and proven in securing major banks, government agencies, and payment wallets globally. Having built this foundation in securing critical businesses, we now look to expand our pioneering technology in the cloud to many other industries. Our aim is to provide digital security without compromise across multiple use cases. We have secured over 100 million devices and enabled our customers to embark on digital journeys with the highest level of security, together with our partners who are integral to our customers' success. Our goal is to secure the global digital experience. Choose Wiki to build your cybersecurity foundation because businesses are stronger with VOS.
Let's talk about the mobile phone or the smartphone. Can we live without it nowadays? It's very difficult, right? I see some of you have two devices at one time. It is always with us. It is not far from us. Even when we go to sleep, the phone is just one arm's length away, right? Correct? I think people are nodding. Have you ever turned off your mobile phone before? No, right? The minute something came in, a WhatsApp came in, you jump and look at it. So that's where we live and breathe with a smartphone. And it doesn't help with COVID-19 supercharging the use of the smartphone. When we were all in MCO, what do? We check emails on our devices. We order food from Grab on our devices. We bank on our devices. We consume, we purchase, we play. Everything is now centered on the mobile devices. And so it has become an obvious choice to use the phone as an authentication token. It is upgradable, it's software-based, it's patchable, there's always new security patches, and as the climate becomes more complicated, the phone manufacturers keep up their security by releasing patches. So it gives you security as you always need. There's multiple ways to connect. You can use Bluetooth, you can use Wi-Fi, you can use data. So it's very, you can't run away, in any part of Malaysia to be connected always. So it's very good. There are multiple sensors. It has a front-facing camera and a rear camera, which is very important for biometrics, right? And we can embed security within the UX of the mobile app or on the device itself. So obviously, any national digital identity should be delivered to a mobile phone. But it does present a lot of challenges. I'll talk about that in one slide later. But okay, so let's agree that the mobile phone, the smartphone, is the choice, okay? The hardware to use to deliver NDI. Then security for an in-app token becomes very, very important. So starting from 12 o'clock, right? How do we do this? We have to securely verify the user before the token is provisioned. How do we do that? Through biometrics, through eKYC, to digital onboarding tools. Once you verify the user, we provision, as we move down clockwise, each token to be crypto unique, which means we provision a token just for yourself. So your token is different from the other person's token, all right? So that's where the identity starts showing, right? The token is device bound. Okay, what do we understand by device bound or device binding? So the token then takes a snapshot of your smartphone. Inside your smartphone, there are various components such as the CPU, the RAM, the IMEI numbers. So randomly, it can capture 6 or 7 components of this. Their serial numbers, their manufacturing dates, and things like that, the firmware version. And actually, you realize that every one of you have a unique device fingerprint, just like your fingerprint, all right? So if I were to clone your phone and to run that secure app onto another device, it would have detected that the device fingerprint would have changed and it would not run. So it's very important that any solution must be device bound. And of course, in the world of cybersecurity, malware, attacks, phishing scams all happen. The token must detect app tampering and also must maintain isolation from the app. So these are very important factors, ingredients, when considering implementing an in-app token for an NDI project. Now let's look at the mobile threat landscape. While I'm in favor of using the mobile device as the platform, we live in a really, really difficult time, right? The threats are abound. So these are just some examples of the threat we are all facing daily. Unknowing to a lot of you, do you realize that all these threats are coming to you even while you are sitting there? It was reported that every day, 500,000 mobile malwares are released daily, right? And in circulation, this report says there's already 1 billion mobile malware. And if some of you techies, it's not difficult for you to go into the dark web and subscribe to what we call mobile malware as a service, right? That is why there's so many scams and phishing attacks nowadays, right? Do you receive that weird call telling you that your bank account is frozen? Who have not? You're one of the few, right? So this has become a big issue. So today, I'm going to talk a bit more about why we need app security and why the app also needs an identity. So these are the three identities that is very important in an app-based NDI protection platform. So true digital identity can only come in 3 forms. First, on the top right, you can see device identity. So I did talk about device fingerprint. So that's no problem. You can create a device fingerprint, a unique device ID. So that's very good. And that device belongs to you unless you change to a new device, right? Then the next, if you move down, we talk about user identity. So we do that by provisioning a digital token or a soft token, all right? That's very important for you. But what's new, and a lot of people have not seen this, is that the app also needs an identity as well. So how do we create that? We provide an app-bound key into the app. And this will provide a mutual trust between the app and the server itself. This fights against clone apps. It is also not difficult to clone any apps on the dark web, all right? So with an app-bound key, private key built into the host app itself, then the hackers are not able to clone this app. And your server will trust only this app with the private key. It signs the data, it signs every API calls to the server. So now, if you have established these three realms of identities, device identity, user identity, and app identity, this is where you get true digital identity protection. Right. Let's move on. The concept of zero trust, all right? In cybersecurity, zero trust is very important. The concept is trust no one, always verify, all right? And because now you are implementing a digital identity nationwide, that becomes even more important, right? How do we ensure that the identity is always authenticated and that's correct before you release that service to all the resources that you have protected? So again, never trust, always verify. But the problem is there are trust gap in the current ecosystem, all right? So you look at it, within the first device on my left, you can see between app to app, there is a trust gap. Between two mobile phones, there's also a trust gap. And there's also a trust gap between the device and the cloud or the server, and between server to server. So hackers are able to exploit this trust gap nowadays, okay? So what's the best way do we protect against this? So here's a very simple possible attack scenario on a mobile phone. And this is, as you can see, is modeled after the typical smartphone that runs Android and iOS. And as you know, both operating system allows your hardware secure keys to be stored on what we call an area called secure enclave, or some other devices call it a trusted execution environment. So these are hardware security built by the mobile phone device. And the OS taps on this to secure your PIN, your Face ID, and your Touch ID. But the problem is this. So assuming a malware is disguised as a government app or a banking app, actually, once it gains escalated permissions, it can then access your security keys quite easily because the app blindly trusts the secure enclave. And likewise, the secure enclave also trusts any app calls to release the keys or the touch IDs and face ID. So essentially, as you can see, this creates a gap, all right? And this is the problem. And I think recently, you can see that there is a new wave of Android malwares that gains control of your phone through the accessibility feature function. And once they do that, they can take control of your phone, and they will start using your banking app or your government app. Very risky, right? So that is why this is a problem and the trust gap. So how do we resolve the trust gap? One of the ways is to move the app identity keys into the app itself. And you can only do that with a secure element. In this case, a software secure element. Bring all the keys into the app itself, and you can trust that keys itself, right? So an app-bound private key and certificate stored in the virtual secure element, and the private key will be unusable if it detects app tampering or when it's under attack, all right? So now you don't have to rely on the OS, neither do you have to rely on the secure enclave itself, on the hardware, all right? So build the trust within the app itself. So we call this app identity, one of the 3 pillars of the identity that I talked about earlier. So as a recap, true app protection and digital identities lies in these 3 identities: device identity, user identity, and app identity. With this, you can definitely go forth in confidence to release what we call a national digital identity platform. So of course, the other advantages of doing this on a mobile phone or mobile app is, of course, the user experience, passwordless login, all right? You don't have to remember password, because the weakest link is your passwords, all right? Every time you type a password, people can key lock your passwords, right? And you can also give away your passwords. Now, I'm sure, quite confident, if you are honest to yourself, how many of you are using the same password for different apps, right? All out, right? Some is worse, password 1234. So it's not difficult for hackers to guess that. But if we eliminate passwords from the whole authentication and authorization framework, then the risk is much minimized. And you can again do that through software security, all right? Finally, authentication coupled with biometrics, it's very strong and very powerful. It is seamless, and it gives a very good user experience. This helps promote digital services adoption. This gives confidence to the customer, and ultimately, we are all here today to talk about digital trust. So let me quickly just finish off my presentation and talk about the case study. So this is actually the SingPass journey. First started in 2018, SingPass Mobile, all right? It was first to launch as just like the Thai D is for user authentication. But now, it has now grown to many, many other use cases. So of course, verification, digital signing, face verification, authorization transaction, and of course, you have a government verified data bank, right? So this allows anyone to apply for a new bank account, or maybe to get a new SIM card quite easily by tapping on My Info, which is the government verified user database. Within minutes, you can open an account. No forms to fill, completely digital. Of course, you can provide two-way eKYC with an NDI app. First part on the left, when you onboard new users through eKYC, and the Thai team just described how they did it. And once you have a verified mobile app, you can use this app to in turn onboard other apps as well. So SingPass is just not for government-to-government services. It has now moved into the commercial realms where banks, insurance company can also tap on this service. It stores now your digital ID, so you can see it has an in-app visual ID, or you can use it as a QR code verification or peer-to-peer identity verification. So this will give you a view of the IC, of course, driving license. They have now included health cards as well. So more of these digital IDs, visual IDs, are now within the app itself. You don't need to carry your physical ID. The government has passed a legislation to allow SingPass to be used for even application over the counter as well. Okay? QR code verification, very important. So, of course, you can do this over the counter or on a website itself. Scan a QR code, give consent, authenticate, and your identity is verified. Another use case is, of course, for peer-to-peer verification. This is good, for instance, allowing customers to buy cigarettes or alcohol. You want to verify their age, you can do that as well, all right? By only reviewing certain information that you need. So document signing, definitely, all right? One good thing about the NDI platform is document signing. So go away with papers. And once you have a digitally signed document, it is proven to be non-reputable in the court of law as well. So this really provides a positive engagement to customers. It reduces downtime. In fact, you can get onto any digital signing with the mobile app quite quickly. All right, so this is VKey's solution. We are a one-stop mobile security solution. We provide app protection, app identity, smart token, and biometrics. The VOS biometric identity is powered by Innovatrix solution. So with that, we can go ahead to offer any app owner a complete mobile security solution. Now, digital ID is good, right? So we have SingPass, you have TiD. I know the Philippines government is launching, and Malaysia soon you'll be launching your national ID. But it's good within the country. So once you get out of the country, it is no use, all right? Because the jurisdiction does not recognize it. So this is our vision for VKey, is to establish what we call a universal digital identity. We call this VKey ID, where you can move around the world with your trusted verified ID, all right? So let's have a short look at this concept. Sound, please.
Today, let's delve into how VKey ID redefines biometric authentication in contrast to typical on-device face recognition and other common methods. When it comes to device authentication, let's explore the advantages of VKey ID over device face recognition. Device face recognition offers authentication on your device, but it has its limitations. Authentication is exclusive to your device, and the servers would not have knowledge of the user's true identity. Loss of your device or switching to a new phone would require a re-registration process. Now, let's discover the flexibility of VKey ID. With VKey ID, your face becomes more than just authentication. Your face is transformed into a private key, which can then perform secure authentication with the server. What if you lose or change your mobile device? VKey ID has you covered. Simply authenticate with your VKey ID on the new device, and your face biometrics becomes your key again. The server authenticates your key, granting you access to the app and its services effortlessly. But let's dig deeper into security. Traditional server-side biometric solutions often store facial template data, making them vulnerable to data theft attacks. Unlike those solutions, VKey ID employs advanced biometric encryption. It derives a unique cryptographic key from your face, storing only non-facial data on the server, guarding you against server-side data theft. VKey ID takes security a step further with the integration of VOS Smart Token. Developers can choose between biometric authentication and Smart Token, a versatile choice based on transaction requirements, enhancing your app's security and user experience. Now, let's see how easy it is to access another app within the ecosystem. With a simple face scan, you gain instant access to the new app, using the same VKey ID. No more remembering multiple usernames and passwords. No more repetitive registrations. VKey ID provides a seamless experience, allowing you to explore and enjoy the entire app ecosystem with ease. VKey ID, secure, flexible, and convenient.
So if you'd like to know more about VKey ID, scan this QR code. I've written a blog about this. And this is our vision as we journey towards a digital economy, a digital ecosystem, is that all of us should be able to leverage on one ID across universally and globally. With that, I end my talk today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you so much.